Good afternoon and good evening to you all. I am Praetorius, and this is part 2 of the Wayland PK Halloween special. If you'd like to watch part 1, I will prepare a link for you to click here in order to get caught up. This time, however, Wayland must try and keep his sanity as he delves into the nightmare that is modern Scream Fortress! And you know just what I'm talking about. Barely functional game modes. Mini-games that decide your fate. Year after year of the same spider crate. The scariest thing of all, recycled content! So, Wayland, open up. Tell us how you really feel.
Okay, sure. I guess we can talk about every Halloween map that was released after Valve stopped giving a shit. Sure. Can I talk about how the fact that more than half of them suck ass? You scroll down. First of all, let me just get this out here. There are too many Scream Fortress maps. There's too many of them. And it used to be fine because they had their own separate tab, which they still do. But now, you open that fucking tab, there are over 37 maps just for Scream Fortress. When you untick it, when you untick that box and it shows you all the maps, it's longer than the actual core game modes tab if you don't click up all those maps. It's longer than that shit. And more than half of them are not good. Half of them are reskins of maps that are already in the game or something you can play on a community server. The other half are bullshit, and they aren't good. Let's take a trip through some of these, shall we? After the first, 7 or so official maps. You know, we got Harvest, Man Manor, Viaduct, Ghost Fort, Ghost Town, Hell Tower, Carnival of Carnage. 7. That's 7 official Valve-made Halloween maps. And you know what? That was fine. Because I remember... I've been playing TF2 for 10 years, okay? I remember when it was Halloween mode time, we got one new map. And it was pretty freaking good. Because it was made by Valve. And they know how to make maps. And then ever since 2015, they have been doing community-made Halloween maps. And you know what? That's fine. That's a pretty good idea, a way of keeping this game mode completely autonomous, but also, you know, keeping it updated. Like, you can still look forward to Halloween mode during Team Fortress 2. And that's fine. I really do think that Scream Fortress is like the purest version of Halloween in a video game. But it's just, you're pushing it too far. There's too many fucking maps. Think about this. Gorge Event, that's a reskin. Carnival of Carnage, that's a reskin. Hell Tower's a reskin. Ghost Fort, that's a reskin. Viaduct, a reskin. Harvest Event, a reskin. Man Manor Event, a reskin. Moonshine Event, a reskin. Sunshine is just Sunshine, and I already fucking hate Sunshine. That map already fucking sucks, and now it's Halloween mode, so it double sucks. Maple Ridge Event. Honestly, this one is just kind of boring, if I'm being honest with you. It's really just a fine King of the Hill map, but still, it's boring. Gorge Event. And you know, I actually kind of like Gorge Event a little bit more than regular Gorge because it's got more flank routes that I feel like the original map kind of needs, but still, it feels like it's lacking in elements because sometimes the fucking skeletons will spawn, but only like once. And there's no actual spells when you kill the Skeleton King. It feels like it's missing that since day one, and it's just never there. That's another issue. How come some of these fucking Halloween maps have spells and sometimes they don't? How come sometimes when you go to like the hell or the underworld or whatever fucking gimmick that's introduced in that map, how come sometimes when you leave the portal you're given a super purple spell and sometimes you're not? Where's the fucking consistency? Carnival of Carnage sucks. Because Doomsday sucks. And I like Special Delivery, and I remember when it was played all the fucking time during the quick play years. That was fine. If you remember my alternate game modes rant, I specified that Doomsday sucks ass, but Special Delivery could work if it was given a new map. This is just Doomsday again, and now there's fucking spells every 5 minutes, and you can get a super spell piss easy. Fucking Marasmus always interrupts you, and every time you fucking win, it doesn't matter who fucking wins, because you have to play a stupid fucking mini game that decides who wins, even if you lost or if you won, and it sucks. Hellstone sucks. Every one of these payload maps in Halloween mode sucks. And they're all the fucking same. They all play the fucking same. It's just one long, winding payload route, and then you're interrupted by fucking skeletons, or marasmus, or ghosts, or the horsemen, or magic spells, or hell, or marasmus, or monoculus, or other shit like that. Brimstone is even fucking worse than that, because you have to, every point fucking sucks on Brimstone because they're all tiny and enclosed and sightlines, and the last point is even worse because you can just plop down 3 sentries and finish, and you can fucking defend everything, and even if blue team has access to fucking Monoculus and Marasmus and the Horsemen and super spells all at the fucking same time, chances are red team is still gonna fucking defend that shit because it's tiny. The player space is fucking tiny. But then, on the exact opposite of that spectrum, you have Hellstone, which I mentioned earlier. Hellstone fucking sucks! All of it sucks! The fucking ghosts, the fucking skeletons, the fact that the fucking horsemen can spawn in 3 times, the fact that you can have 3 versions of fucking Monoculus at the same time, and the super spells and the regular spells, and the final point that's just one long fucking curve with a giant pit of death in the middle of it. It sucks! It's horrible to attack! It's horrible to defend! It sucks! Then you got Pit of Death, and let me just take a small change to talk about the fucking player destruction maps and how they're all shackled to fucking Halloween mode. Pit of Death is the best fucking player destruction map of all of these. None of that fucking matters because anytime anyone thinks of player destruction, they think of all the other shitty ones. Cursed Cove sucks. I've never had one fun game of Cursed Cove. Everyone who plays on it, they just, like, it activates some kind of hidden neural transmitter in their brain that activates tryhard mode. I've never had a fun game on Cursed Cove. I only go there because I need fucking contracts, and I'll get to the contracts in just one fucking second. Then you got Gravestone. Gravestone fucking sucks. Do you like defending your fucking heart out only for blue team to win because you have to play the fucking bumper car race that decides the game? The fact that that's even a factor in who wins fucking sucks. Monster Bash, a little too big. I kinda like Monster Bash, but it's a little too big. And the fact that you can just jump into the pit and do the fucking obstacle course that doesn't work half the time because the fucking swinging saw blades, because the swinging axe blades will just kill you and halt your momentum anyway, and it never works half the time, that sucks. Slasher's okay for the most part, but the capture point time is too fucking long, and it always stops if there's a fucking boss, which spawns all the time. I fucking hate Laughter because I hate Slaughter. Neither of these are good maps. It's way too fucking easy to camp the middle point. It's way too fucking easy to get spawn camps. And the side flank routes barely help you at all. I hate Precipice because it's just the fucking same as all the other issues. Ghosts, skeletons, magic spells, giant fucking pits everywhere. It sucks. The spells completely halt the pace of all these fucking payload maps. They all play the same. Bloodwater. You want to play a worse version of Badwater with fucking bosses that spawn 24/7? Do it. Hassle Castle. You want to play a worse version of Upward where fucking skeletons and magic spells are fucking everywhere and no one fucking pushes the cart? Do it. Megalo. I barely fucking played the Halloween maps that were included from here on outward because they were all so fucking bad and there were so many of them that I got fucking bored. I got angry having to play these fucking maps with the fucking contracts. So here's where my knowledge of the general Halloween maps kind of stopped because I kind of stopped playing after this point because all the maps that were added were either shockingly bad or just were not fun to fucking play. If you really give a shit about me and my channel, you might remember I didn't do a Halloween video last year in 2022. And that's because the maps added last year were so fucking boring that I didn't even get to play half of them. Oh, wait, no, I'm wrong. You know why I didn't get to play half the maps last year? Because they were full of fucking bots last year, so I didn't get to fucking play them. You know what I remember playing in 2022? I remember playing Crasher, where you turn into a giant, and because TF2 was so limited and it didn't have V-script back then, the mode barely fucking worked, and the same 2 fucking guys would just camp the fucking giant ray gun so that they would always get it and then throw the game and then stall and you would always lose. And it's not fun. I didn't even know that Hell Train got into the game because I didn't get to play it. All of these maps from 2020 onward are just kind of lumped together in my brain because if you ask me what maps were added, I won't know. I legitimately will not remember. I just lumped them all together. Like, 2020 onward, like Erebus, Farmageddon, Graveyard. If you asked me if that came out last year, I probably would have said yes. Los Muertos, Synthetic, Terror, that all came out in 2021. But if you ask me, oh, they just came out last time. They all blend together. There's too many fucking maps. And now let me talk about the real reason of the fucking downfall of Scream Fortress. The fucking contracts. Never in my life have I ever had as little fun as I ever have trying to keep up with the fucking Scream Fortress contracts. And you know what? I remember when they weren't contracts. No, Jungle Inferno changed that. They used to be Miraz missions. And you know what? They all had fun voice lines to go with them. Erasmus would say shit to you, and like you would do missions or whatever, and he would talk to you and he'd give you prizes, which is basically just a shitty version of a Halloween gift spawning in the map and you go get it. You know how sometimes you're playing the map and Erasmus will be like, a gargoyle is somewhere on the map. Well, how it used to be is you would I remember this because I've been playing for 10 years. How it used to be is you would play and suddenly it would be like, a haunted Halloween gift has appeared on the map. Go and claim it. And you go and you run and you get it and you get a prize. And then Miraz missions came along, and it's like, okay, well now you go get soul gargoyles, fill up souls, kill people, get points, and incentivize playing the objective so you could complete your mission or whatever. And it was simple, like score points, kill bosses, stuff like that. And then Jungle Inferno came along, and here's the thing, the Miraz missions, if memory serves, Miraz missions were not map specific. They weren't. At least to my memory, they were not map specific. And then Jungle Inferno came along with contracts and all that shit with the contractor, and Miraz missions were completely replaced with just Jungle Inferno contracts. Nothing special about them, completely streamlined process, and now every map gets a contract. Every map has some kind of stupid bullshit objective you have to do. So now, you know what fucking happens? You load up a map, everyone is try-harding as hard as they possibly fucking can to finish their contracts, and then they finish their contracts, and then they fucking leave! And then the server dies, because people were only there to do the contracts, and then they go from map to map to map, doing that, finishing contracts, doing their bullshit, abandoning the servers, they get their prize, they stop playing, and they leave. And then everyone else who just wanted to play the game mode, play the new maps, they're up Dookie Creek in a shit canoe with a turd paddle with feces smeared on the part where you put your hands, alright? That's how fucked that they are. Or you know what really happens? You finish your fucking contract and you can't fucking leave because the map gimmick won't stop being a fucking gimmick. Yes, I'm talking about fucking Ghost Fort, how Marasmus spawns every fucking 5 seconds, and the capture time is 12 fucking minutes, and you will never, ever, ever get to finish the fucking map because everyone still fights over capturing the fucking control point. Every year, for like 6 years, this has been going on. Everyone will finish their contract because it's just fucking kill Marasmus and you finish the contract. Oh, but no! There's 2 separate contracts. There's one specifically for Ghost Fort and there's one specifically for killing Marasmus. They're not the same. You can't finish both at the same time because you have to wait for the fucking round to end to turn in your contract. And you can't do that because the teams are still fighting over the fucking control point instead of just letting one team win and carry it the whole game. And fucking Marasmus spawns every 5 seconds and the round never ends. It never ends. So on top of there being too many fucking maps, there's too much shit to do on these maps. And yes, I'm sure Valve meant it as a way you do the contract so that you have an excuse to play every map. Because why wouldn't you want to try out every map in a new update that has new maps? But that doesn't matter when they aren't fun. Because everyone is just tryharding to get their fucking objectives done so they can get their meaningless, tradeless hat that you can't even do shit with outside of Halloween mode! So the maps aren't fun, or they're boring, or they're frustrating to play, and the contracts make everything worse on top of that. There's too many contracts, there's too many maps. It's just... the whole spirit of it has been ruined. I remember when we were happy with 1 map. There's already over 30 maps in the game on top of the new maps that we got this year. There's so many fucking maps. You can't do them all. You just can't. You aren't gonna finish them. I didn't even bother doing contracts the last year on maps that I knew would be too frustrating to play. Fuck Ghost Fort. Fuck all the payload maps. Fuck all the unfun player destruction maps. And fuck Scream Fortress. It used to be fun. I like playing the original maps that were made by Valve. The new maps that are made by the community, they all fucking suck because they don't know how to make maps that are fun. They don't know how, they just fucking cram gimmicks in there hoping that people like it. Oh, last year had spells, I'll put spells in my map. Oh, last year had skeletons, I'll put skeletons in my map. Oh, last year had a bunch of bullshit in it, so I'll put bullshit in my map. Maps made by professionals like Valve are worth playing, except for Ghost Fort. And yeah, I know some of the community maps are fun. I just said I like Pit of Death, but more than half of them suck, or they're just reskins, or they're not good. Stop overloading this fucking game mode. I'm sick of it. I can't take it anymore. You know what? I give up. Praetorius, you listening? I know you are, you asshole. I give up. You win! I hate Scream Fortress! I admit it! Just take me! Take me now! Ah!
Yes. Yes. Yes! I win! I finally get a win! I get to keep my show! Wayland loses, and Scream Fortress still sucks! Another glorious night for ghouls and ghosts alike! Thank you for watching this amazing Halloween special. I've won everything. I've got some celebrating to do. I do, because I win. And as for you, you might want to sleep with one eye open tonight, lest you also fall victim to your favorite game being trudged into the hands of a community that has no idea what it's doing.